of adventures that befell unto this prince of whom we told.
He hath his right himself
foretold.
Pericles, union of a knight.
Sit down. Thou art no flatterer. I thank thee for it. And heaven forbid that kings should let their ears hear their own faults hid. What wouldst thou have me do?
Bear with patience such griefs as you yourself to lay upon yourself.
Thou speakest like a physician, Helicanus. Attend me then. I went to Antioch, where, as thou knowest, against the face of death, I sought the purchase of a glorious beauty.
So buxom, blithe, and full of face, as heaven had lent her all his grace.
She was to mine eye beyond all wonder. The rest, as black as incest.
With her the father liking took,
And her to incest did provoke.
that child,
Worst father, to entice his own to evil, should be done by none.
The beauty of this sinful dame
made many seek her in marriage frame, which, to prevent, he made a law, to keep her still,
And men in awe.
that whoso asked her for his wife, his riddle told not,
lost his life.
So for her, many a wight did die.
Which by my knowledge found, the sinful father seemed not to strike, but smooth.
But thou knowest this. 'Tis time to fear when tyrants seem to kiss.
He hath found the meaning.
With foul incest you abuse your soul.
He must not live to trumpet forth my infamy, nor tell the world Antiochus stopped sin in such a loathed manner. And therefore instantly this prince must die, for by his fall my honor must keep high.
One sin, I know another doth provoke. Murders as near to lust as flame to smoke. Such fear so grew in me, I hither fled, and, being here, bethought me what was past, what might succeed.
The
Great Antiochus!
Faith, master, I was only thinking of the poor men that were cast away before us.
Alas, poor souls! It grieved my heart to hear what pitiful cries they made to us to help them, when well a day we can scarce help ourselves.
Nay, master, said not I as much when I saw the porpoise, how he balanced himself. They say that half fish, half flesh, a plague of them! They never come when I look to be washed. Master, I marvel how the fishes live in the sea.
Pretty moral.
But master, if I had been the sexton, I would have been that day in the belfry.
Why, man?
Because he should have swallowed me too. And when I was in his belly, it would have kept such a jangling of the bells that he should never have left, until he cast the bell, steeple, church, and parish up again. But if the good King but if our good king were mine,
Good fellow. What's that?
Turkey May was the seed of Cassidy in our way. Fellow.
Thou shalt go home. We shall flesh for holidays, fish for fasting days, and moreover parties and blackjacks.
Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Master, we'll go bring away the nest.
Hi, you, sir. You know who you are?
Not well.
Why, I'll tell you. This is Pentapolis. And our king, the good King Simonis, do I call him? I, sir. And so he deserves to be called. For his peaceful reign and good government.
How far is his court? Distant from the shore?
Marry, sir. Half a day's journey. I'll tell you, he hath a fair daughter. And tomorrow is her birthday. Knights and princes come from all parts of the world to just and tunny for love.
When my fortune's equal to my desires, I could wish to make one there.
Help, master, help! Here are the fish that hangs in the net, like a poor man's right in the lot. 'Twill hardly come out. Ah, thoughts on, 'tis come at last, and 'tis turned to a rusty armor.
Are the knights ready to begin the triumph?
names himself Pericles, who only by misfortunes of the seas was cast upon the shore.
Now, by the gods, I do pity his misfortune, and will awake him from his melancholy. Come, gentlemen, we sit too long on trifles, and waste the time that looks to other revels. A soldier's dance! My lord. I will not have excuse in saying this. Loud music is too harsh for ladies' heads, since they love men in arms as well as beds. Take him to his rest. Tomorrow, all for speeding, do their best.
Well, we're happy to have it.
Noble Pericles, if the prince do live, let us know what crowns, made happy by his breath. If in this world he lives, we'll seek him out.
And if he rests within his grave, we will find him, whose death will leave this kingdom without a head.
My goodly kings left without a roof, to fall to ruin.
Your noble self, who best know how to rule and how to reign, we thus submit unto our sovereign.
Honor's cause, forbear your suffrages. If that you love Prince Pericles, forbear. Take I your wish, I leap into the seas, where's hourly trouble for minutes ease. A 12-month longer, I entreat you to forbear the absence of your king. If in which time expired he not return, I will with aged patience bear your work. Go search, and in your search spread your adventurous work. Whom if you find and win upon return, you shall like diamonds
To wisdom, he is a fool that will not yield.
We with our travels will endeavor us.
When you love us, we you and will pass pens. When peers us knit, kingdom ever stands.
Well, I do commend her choice, and will no longer have it be delayed. Soft. Here he comes. I must assemble it.
All fortune to the good Simonides.
To you as much, sir.
My good lord.
Let me ask of you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir?
A most virtuous princess.
And she is fair, too. Is she not?
As a fair day in summer, wondrous fair.
sir. My daughter thinks very well of you.
I'm unworthy.
She thinks not so. Peruse this writing else.
What's here? A letter? That she loves the knight of Tyre? Oh, seek not to entrap me, gracious lord. A stranger and distressed gentleman that never aimed so high as to love your daughter, but bent all offices to honor her.
Thou hast bewitched my daughter, and thou art a villain!
By the gods. My actions are as noble as my thoughts. And he that otherwise accounts of me? Ah!
Now, by the gods, I do applaud his courage. No! Here comes my daughter. She can witness it.
Then, as you are as virtuous as fair, resolve your angry father. If my tongue did speak, my hand subscribe to any syllable that made love to you.
Why, sir, say if you had. To take offense at that would make me glad.
Yea, mistress. Are you so peremptory? I am glad on it with all my heart. I'll bring you in subjection. Will you not, having my consent, bestow your love and your affections upon a stranger? Here, you mistress, either frame your will to mine. And you, sir, hear you, either be ruled by me, or I will make you man and wife. Your hands and lips must seal it too, and being joined, I'll thus your hopes destroy. For a further grief, God give you joy. Are you both pleased?
Yes! If you love me, sir.
Even as my life.
Are you both agreed?
Yes! If it please your majesty.
It pleaseth me so well that I may see you wed, and with what haste you can get you to bed.
King Pericles received word from home, and such it was he heard. In brief, he must depart to Tyre.
His queen with child makes her desire that she should not depart him so.
Such love was there between them two.
And thus, between the well and woe, and loaded for the voyage so, to ship he got, his wife with child.
The seas were calm.
The winds were mild.
The queen, her time would not be long. With Lycorda, her nurse along, they went to sea.
But, fortune's mood,
As we are always fortune's food.
varies again,
The grisly north disgorges such a tempest roar.
that up and down the poor ship drives, that all do fear they'll lose their lives.
Thou God of this great vast, rebuke these surges, which wash both heaven and hell. Thou stormest venomously, wilt thou spit all thyself?
And what ensues in this fell storm shall for itself perform.
Oh, still thy deafening and dreadful thunders. Lycorda, Lucina, O divinest midwife and midwife patroness, convey thy deity aboard our dancing boat. Make swift the pangs of my queen's travails. Lycorda, how does my queen?
Here is a thing, too young of such a place. Take in your arms this piece of your dead queen.
Take from my heart all thankfulness. The gods make up the rest upon you.
Oh, sweet queen. Strict fate pleased you brought her here to bless mine eyes with her.
We cannot but obey the powers above us. Could I rage and roar, as doth the sea she lies in? Yet in the end must be as 'tis.
Fear not, my lord.
I believe you. Your honor and your goodness teach me to it. So I take my leave. Good madam, make me blessed in your care in bringing up my child.
I am one myself. We shall not
more dear to my respect than yours, my lord.
Madam, my thanks and prayers.
We'll take your grace into the edge of the shore, then give thee up to the NAHS of Neptune and the gentlest winds of heaven.
I will accept your offer. Come, dearest madam. No tears, Lycor, no tears. Look now to your little mistress, on whose grace you may depend on hereafter. Come, my lord.
Take her by the arm. No, no, I pray you. I'll not be your servant. Oh, come. I love the king your father, and yourself with more than foreign heart. We every day expect him here, when he shall come to bind our paragon to all reports. Thus blasted, he will blame both my lord and myself that we have taken no care to your best courses. Go, I pray you, walk and be cheerful again. Me and I remember what I have said.
I warned you, madam.
I'll leave you now, lady, for a while. Pray, walk softly, do not seem to blush. What? I must have a care of you.
My thanks, sweet madam.
The treason and the time and shade
So fell it that this churlish knave
hath led this maiden where he should do this foul deed.
Of what he would in this quiet place, she was a dread. He drew his sword, and to her said,
Come, say your prayers.
What mean you?
If you require a little space for prayer, I grant it. Pray, but be not tedious, for the gods are quick of ear, and I'm sworn to do my word with haste. Thou must die.
Alas!
quoth she.
Why shall I so?
So thus,
Quoth he.
my lady Dionysus hath paid. Thou shalt be murdered here.
He said.
Why would she have me killed? Now, as I can remember, by my troth, I never did her hurt in all my life. I never killed a mouse nor hurt a fly. I trod upon a worm against my will, but I never did.
No more talk, your life is ended.
He took her by the throat.
But then!
Whoa, villain! A prize! A prize! Come, let's have Pericles suddenly! No! Pericles! Too much money, my king.
We were never so much out of creatures. We have but poor 3, and they can do no more than they can do, and they, with continual action, are given as good as rotten.
That boy! What had question? What have we paid for them?
Thou sayest true. It is not alone our bringing up of poor bastards, as I think I have brought up some 11.
Down again. Shall I search the market?
What else, man? The stuff we have, a strong wind will blow them to pieces. They are so pitifully sodden.
Right. But they're too unfortunate. They're too unwholesome. A poor dreadful wind is dead. That lay with the little baggage. Aye, she quickly cooped him and made him roast meat for worms. I'll search the market.
It is important to remember that in such tales as these, goodness will overcome the darker aspects of human nature. Virtue is triumphant over lust, greed, and lewdness. Come! Other sorts offend as well as we.
But you come full.
Nor my master say she's a virgin.
Not my masters. I have this piece if you like her so. Has she any quality? She has a good face, speaks well, and has good, excellent clothes. There's no further necessity of her qualities. What's her price? I shall not be baited 1 doit of 1,000 pieces. Well then, follow me, my master. You shall have your money presently. Wait, make good. Instruct you what she is to do, that she may not be wrong.
Bolt, take you the marks of her, color of her hair, skin, height, complexion, with warrants of her virginity, and cry, he who has most shall have her first. Men were no cheap thing if men were as they have been. Get this done.
Performance shall follow. Tried her almost to the number of hairs. I've drawn her picture with my voice. There was a Spaniard, but not so watcher, who would demanded her very description.
Why? Are you foolish? Can it be undone? Oh, Dionysus is such a piece of slaughter the sun and moon ne'er looked upon.
I think you'll turn shy
Were I chief lord of this spacious world, I'll give it to undo the deed. Oh, lady, what canst thou say when noble Pericles shall demand his child?
That she is dead. Nurses are not fates, to foster it nor ever to preserve. She died at night, I'll say so, and who can profit, unless you play the pious innocent, or an honest attribute cry out, she died by foul play.
Oh, go to. Well, well. Of all the faults beneath the heavens, the gods do like this worse.
I do shame to think of what noble strain you are, yet of how coward a spirit. None but you know how she came dead, nor none can know, Leonine being gone.
Whom thou hast poisoned!
She did disdain my child, and stood between her and her fortunes. None would look on her, but instead cast their gazes on Marina's face, while ours was blurted at and held a malkin, not worth the time of day. It pierced me through. And though you call my course unnatural, you not your child well-loving. Yet I find it greets me as an enterprise of kindness, performed to your sole daughter.
Heavens forgive it.
And as for Pericles, what can he say? We wept after her hurt, and yet we mourn. Her monument is almost complete, and her epitaphs, in glittering golden characters, express a general praise of her in our care. At whose expense, 'tis done.
Thou art like a harp, which, to betray, doth with thine angel's face, seize with thine eagle's talons.
You are like one who doth superstitiously swear to the gods that winter kills the flies. It's still, I know you'll do as I advise.
They will breathe the gods treatment, and unto a whole generation.
When she can do for clients the kindest of our profession, she has her reasons, her quirks, her prayers that she could make a Puritan of the devil.
How the pox upon her. Become the Lord Licinius, disguised.
How now? Which of your hips has the most profound science?
Now the gods bless your honor.
I am glad to see your honor in good health.
How now, what wholesome iniquity have you that man may deal with all and defy the surgeon?
We have here one, sir, if she would, but there never came her like in my lane.
She'll do the deed of darkness, thou would say.
Your honor knows what 'tis well enough.
Well, call forth, call forth.
Here comes that rose, never plucked yet, I can assure you. Is she not a fair creature?
Face you would serve after a long voyage at sea. Well, there's for you. Leave us.
I beseech your honor, give me a word.
I beseech you do.
First, I would have you know, this is an honorable gentleman.
I desire to find him so that I may worthily know him.
Second, he's the governor of this country and a man who I am bound to.
How honorable he is in that, I know not.
Pray you, without any more virginal fencing, will you will line your apron with gold?
What he will do graciously, I will thankfully receive.
Have you done?
My lord, she's not paced yet. You must take some pains to work her into your manage. Come, we leave his honor and her gold, I mean.
Now, pretty one. How long have you been at this trade?
What trade, sir?
Why, I cannot name if I shall offend.
I cannot be offended with my trade. Please use name it.
How long have you been of this profession?
Ever since I can remember.
Did you go to it so young?
Earlier too, sir, if now I be one.
Why, the house you dwell in proclaims you to be a creature of sale.
Do you know this house to be a place of such resort and will go into it? I hear say you are honorable, and are the governor of this place.
Oh, so you have heard something of my power, and so stand aloof from more serious wooing. But I protest thee, pretty one, my authority shall not see thee, nor law look upon thee. Come, bring me some private place. Come, come.
If you were born to honor, show it now. If put upon you, make the judgment good that thought you worthy of it.
How's this?
For me, that am a maid, though most ungentle fortune hath placed me in this sty, where since I came diseases have been sold, dearer than physic. Oh, that the gods would safely deliver me from this unhallowed place!
though they did change me to the meanest bird that flies in the purer air.
I do not think thou couldst spoken so well. Ne'er dream thou couldst. I write hither a corrupted mind, thy speech an alternate. Hold, here's gold for thee. For sever that clear way thou goest, and God strengthen thee.
God to serve you.
You thought that king was dead, or to me, very doors and windows seem violent. Fare thee well. Thou art a piece of virtue, and I doubt not, with thy training hath been noble. A curse upon him, die he like a thief that robs thee of thy goodness. Thou knowst hear from me. Which be for
I beseech your honor, one piece for me.
a buck, thou damned doorkeeper. Your house, but for this virgin that doth rob it, would sink and overwhelm you. Away.
My lord, lend ear. I am a maid, my lord, that maybe hath endured a grief might equal yours, if both were justly weighed. My derivation was from mighty kings, but time hath rooted out my parentage, and to the world bound me in servitude. I will desist.
My fortunes, heritage. What say you?
I said, my lord, if you did know.
Pray you, turn your eye upon me. My dearest wife was like this maid, and such a one my daughter may have been. Where do you live?
Where I am but a stranger.
Where were you bred?
If I should tell my history, it would seem like lies disdained in the reporting.
Prithee speak. Falseness cannot come from thee, for I will believe thee. For thou lookst like one I loved indeed. I think thou sayest, thou hast been tossed from wrong to injury, that thy griefs might be equal to mine, if both were open.
Some such thing I said.
Tell thy story. If thine considered prove 1,000th part of my endurance, thou art a man, and I have suffered like a girl. Come, sit by me.
My name is Marina.
Oh, I am mocked. And thou, by some incensed god, sent hither to make the world to laugh at me.
Patience, good sir, or here I'll cease.
Nay, I'll be patient. Thou little knowest how thou dost startle me to call thyself Marina.
The name was given to me by one with some power, my father and a king.
How? A king's daughter?
You said you would believe me.
Speak on. Where were you bred, and wherefore called Marina?
Called Marina, for I was born at sea.
At sea? What mother?
My mother was the daughter of a king, who died the minute I was born, as my good nurse Lycorda hath oft delivered weeping.
Stop there a little. This is the rarest dream that ere dull sleep did mock sad fools withal. This cannot be. My daughter's buried. I'll hear you more to the end of your story and never interrupt.
The king my father did in Tarsus leave me, till cruel Cleon with his wicked wife did seek to murder me, and having wooed a villain to attempt it, who, having drawn to do it, approved pirates came and rescued me, brought me to Mytilene. But good sir, why do you weep? It may be you think me an impostor. No, good faith, I am the daughter of King Pericles. If good
Oh, let this great sea of joy overbear the shores of my mortality and drown me with their sweetness. Thou that begettest him that did thee beget, thou that was born at sea, buried at Tarsus, and found at sea again. Oh, this is Marina! Now, blessing on thee, I am Pericles of Tyre. Rise, thou art my child, mine oath! Hail, Diane. To perform thy just command, I here confess myself King of Tyre, who, frightened from my country, did wed at Pentapolis the fair Thaisa. At sea in childbed died she, but brought forth a maid child called Marina. She, at Tarsus was fostered with Cleon and Dionysa. They sought to murder her. But her better stars brought the maid to Mytilene. Against two shores riding, her fortunes brought the maid to me. For by her own most clear remembrance, she made known herself my daughter.
Voice in favor. You are. You are. A royal Pericles. My lord. I'm told I am all but true. This is your wife.
No, I threw her overboard with these very arms.
Are you not Pericles? Like him you spake, like him you are. Did you not name a tempest, a birth, a death?
The voice of dead Thaisa.
That Thaisa am I. Suppose dead and drowned.
No more, you gods. Precious kindness makes my past misery sports. Oh, come, be buried a second time within these arms. Flesh of thy flesh, thy burden at sea and called Marina.
Blessed in mine own.
Now do I long to hear how this queen was found, how this dead queen relives.
My lord, first come with me to my house, where shall be shown all that was found with her, how she came place here in the temple. When you see her.
Pure Diane, bless thee for thy vision. Lady Ceramon, we do our longing stay to hear the rest untold. Prithee lead the way.
In of monstrous lust, the due and just reward.
In Helicanus may you well descry
A figure of
truth,
of faith, of loyalty. In reverend Ceramon there well appears the worth that learned charity wears.
for wicked Cleon and his wife, when fame had spread their cursed deed and honored name.
Of Pericles, to rage the city turn, that him and his they in his palace burn. The gods for murder seem so content to punish them, although not done but meant.
Of Pericles, his queen and daughter seen, although assailed with fortune, fierce and keen.
Virtue preserved from fell destruction's blast.
Led on by heaven, and crowned with joy at last.
So on your patience, evermore attending,
News joy, wait on you.
here our play has ending.
And all of that, and keep finding a way to make this happen at their schools. The cool thing is, if you go to high school in this area, among these 10 schools, I wish this festival was in every high school in the nation. But it would change everything. If you're a student in high school, some middle schools also get to participate, but just if you're in high school and you've been in the festival for 4 years, you have performed in 4 Shakespeare productions, but you could have seen at the festival 36 others. You're going off to college the rest of your life, and you are saturated in the finest plays, the best language, in the history of the world. And that's not a bad education in and of itself.